All right, good morning, guys. Um, here we are. You can see yesterday we had a massive move to the upside, right? That we were thankfully able to get most of. We had a lot more opportunity to catch that move to the upside, but it's all good. So today we really, you can see this is just really interesting price action, and we finally pulled back, but now it's looking like we're coming up to make a high again. So obviously we have our key support down here, local resistance level here, and again we're pushing all-time highs. We could honestly maybe break 40K this week, maybe today, right? But so there's no what I mean by that is there's really no resistance we're looking for. If we're going to look for a long position here, we're just looking for a reasonably sized long position, right? With a good risk to reward. So, we have 3 minutes on this candle here. I think if we get a close where we are now, we can honestly look for some sort of pullback and just look to get in a long position. This resistance is not really holding us back too much. I feel like this level will be easily broken, assuming we're going to get some sort of push. So I wouldn't necessarily wait for a close above this. Right, just because the bullish momentum here is so strong. So does depend though. If we depends how this candle closes, and obviously we want to make sure we have a strong enough support here to get into a nice position. But yeah, anyway, obviously maybe we can just get sort of a continuation of the move we had yesterday. And yeah, I mean, just really simple. Obviously, our bias is bullish, just like yesterday. There's, FOMC was yesterday. There's no huge news like that today. But yeah, so we're just going to wait another 2 minutes and see how this candle closes here. All right, so you can see this candle is looking like we're going to close with a relatively small body here. So we get a bearish close. Okay, so yeah, this is obviously this is the level I'm going to be looking at here, right within this zone. Now, obviously, we're still bullish, right? But it's going to be interesting to see. I guess part of the logic could be with such a large move yesterday, maybe we're going to pull back a little bit to the downside today. But obviously, I'd only really be comfortable in long positions now. So it's really just kind of waiting a little bit to see what this does here. Yeah, it's a massive move here on the 4 hour. Maybe we get something sort of like what we had here after a large push up, and then we get another one. But anyway, we just have to be patient. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, back to the 30-minute. Oh, this looks great here. Yeah, if this would be an area to look for a long position, um, not well. Let's see what this does. If this candle can break its own high here before the open, or when it opened, the peak of the candle, I think we can have a good reason for a long position here, to be honest, because we have, right, this was the level that I said I was looking at once we started to push down. You can see this is just an interesting, this would be like our local key level, right? And we come down into this level, and at the market open, right, we get some sort of pullback. You can see now we're in, and we bounce off this level. I think with this structure here, this is a pretty good position to have. I'm The only thing to worry about is maybe the stop loss. Not that it's necessarily too big, but this is the open candle, and just 30 seconds ago, price was down here, and so we have that potential of pullbacks and a lot of volatility here. But I think this is going to be a good setup. And like I said, this resistance here doesn't worry me too much, just because of the structure, and it's I think we can fairly easily break that. But yeah, we're pushing up already really nicely. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of this structure overall. Um, that'd be funny actually if we reject this after I'm just saying that. I think we can easily break it. But yeah, sometimes you don't have to be so religious with the idea of certain structures being broken before other structure can be broken, or before you can get some sort of move. I mean, it's honestly just kind of common sense. Like, we're very bullish. We have somewhat of a bullish setup going into the market open. We pull back into a local level here, and then we wick off of that and flip bullish and break. The open candle breaks its own high. Um, I mean, that's a very very simple setup in my opinion. You don't have to necessarily say, well, we have to wait for this 30-minute to close just above this, and then wait for, a lot of times it's really just using common sense, right? But yeah, it's pushing up fairly nicely. I just, for the time being, I'm just targeting a relatively normally sized breakout, right? Maybe we go higher, maybe we don't get this high, but again, like I said, there's no real resistance for us to be looking at here to the left. And so, we're just looking for a reasonably sized breakout, right? So let's just let this sit for a little bit. All right, guys, quick little update. So we are moving pretty nicely here. If you look at this 15-minute chart, or the, yeah, 15-minute chart, we did pull back a bit, made a nice healthy bottom wick, and we have now just broken the high. And we have about 50 seconds until a new hourly candle. And so this is a really strong hourly candle, and so it looks like we could maybe pull back a little bit on a new candle before moving higher. And yeah, I mean, really good move so far. So at this point, this is a great time to move stops to break even. So, right, maybe a little bit above break even, right, that sort of thing. We could pull back a little bit on the new hourly candle, but pretty soon here, we're probably going to be looking to close this. Like I said, we have no main resistance we're targeting. This is just a simple, 3-to-1 risk to reward, right? And but obviously with such a massive candle like this, right, depending on how we close, we could get a pretty big pullback. So once we get up closer to this level, it's going to be about time to close. But really, it's just about catching, getting your slice of the pie of a big move, right? These big high volume candles, it's like a big pie, and you just want to get a nice piece of it, right? You don't want the whole thing, because eventually you'll end up losing. You'll do something too risky, but you just want a nice piece of it. And so this is a really good piece of it so far. But yeah, you can see this new hourly candle. We made a bottom wick, but now we'll see if we can continue up. I think we're gonna have to pull back on this hourly, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, anywhere up here is a nice place to exit and get out, and then move your stops to a little bit above break even as well. I feel like as long as stops are beneath this level, we should be all set. Because any move coming down this far would probably result in some sort of pullback and invalidation of this. But yeah, anyway, so that was just a quick little update of the trade. All right, so we have reached our target. As you can see, this is really, really amazing price action, honestly. And now, I mean, here at this point, what you could do if you were still in this position is trail your stop loss underneath the low of this candle, and that's still a really great profit if it would come back and stop you out here, but then you can maybe capitalize on a little bit more upside. But at this point, I'm completely out of this trade. Just a simple 3-to-1, right? 3-to-1 risk to reward about, and it was a really great trade. We had basically no drawdown, and again, the entry here was just like I said earlier, it was just kind of common sense if you think about it, right? We obviously are very bullish. This pullback, right? We pull back into this area and establish this nice zone, and then right here at the market open, we pull back into this zone and start to reject. So once the candle comes back up to break its own high, that's a really reasonable long position, because you're getting all of the volume, all the momentum coming in from the 7:30 open, and so you don't necessarily need to wait for this level here to get broken. This is a very minor level, in my opinion. If this was a bigger consolidation and it wasn't the market open with a larger volume time of the morning, then yeah, you'd want to wait for more of a candle close and that sort of thing. But with this, it's really just jumping into the momentum, right? It's like riding a wave. And so yeah, just really, really simple, really common sense. I mean, you could have, even if you wanted to be really safe, wait until this high gets broken here, but then obviously you have a much larger stop loss. So what we did made a lot of sense. And yeah, like I said, there's no resistance we're really looking for, just a normal sized breakout because we're pushing all-time highs here on US30. So, this uptrend will honestly probably just continue for for a long time, right? Um, we had the FOMC announcement yesterday. Rates are unchanged, and honestly, with how much we've raised rates the last couple of years, now leaving them unchanged is seen as bullish, which is a really interesting thing to consider. But yeah, so just a really really simple trade here.